Virtual reality, it's trying to penetrate gaming and entertainment, but apparently it's also doing well in one surprise industry. Our own Kate Rogers went inside a Manhattan apartment that was using virtual reality to attract potential buyers.
More than $3 billion has been poured into virtual reality, and now one startup is taking that technology and applying it to real estate. We're going to go inside and take a virtual tour.
This technology is being used in a number of different ways. One is for new developments. We're able to show a place before it's built. We're able to capture, 3D, 360 photography to be able to show a place as if you were there. I would put it right here. So we'd have to hide behind walls or be out of view, right?
Yeah,
because
okay.
everything is in frame.
Okay, hitting the red button.
All right, let's boogie. We're empowering people to have an informed buying decision from anywhere in the world. We're essentially saving them time and money.
But the technology doesn't come cheap. Virtual reality listings for an apartment like this one could cost up to $15,000. Right now, you're obviously working with real estate agents and developers, but in the future, are you going to cut out the middleman?
There's always going to be a need for brokers. I think that it's going to enhance their capability to really help a consumer and someone find the right place.
What? This is my first virtual reality experience.
And you can look up, down, all around, and if you look at those little pulsating marks, it's going to take you to all the different locations that we shot within this apartment.
Wow.
Cool. So is virtual reality the future of home buying? Ryan Serhant is realtor with Nest Seekers, star of Bravo's $1 Million Listing New York, and says VR is the future. Sam DeBianchi is founder of DeBianchi Real Estate, featured on Bravo's $1 Million Listing Miami. She says, not so fast. Ryan, I get it. It's cool, but do I have to own a pair of those glasses in order to look at real estate this way?
Might have to, and I think that most people will. I think turning your head to virtual reality for real estate is kind of like turning your head to Zillow and StreetEasy and Realtor.com when those sites came off, or turning your head to the internet in the 90s. I mean, this is the future of technology, and everyone walks into apartments now looking at the listing on their phone. So soon they'll be able to do it in front of their face while sitting at dinner, looking at properties in New York while they're sitting in France. And that's what we have to be prepared for.
Sam, I mean, it seems like maybe not now, but soon. It's not a matter of if, but when.
Correct. 100%.
Sam?
I think that virtual reality is great. I think it's a great tool, but I think that's where it stops. It's a tool. To say that people can just quickly look on their phone and understand it, I mean, again, just like pictures, just like a regular photo, you still need to understand it a little more, have that agent, whether it's myself, Ryan, whoever it is, explain it, show the difference between what that virtual reality is and then actual reality, because again, it's virtual, it is not reality, and I think that's where the issue lies. For example, I know a developer who has built a great marketing strategy, used virtual reality, used amazing renderings, animation, and when the product was complete, it looked like IKEA built it.
But Sam,
not to put down IKEA,
if I'm a buyer in New York City and I want to look at properties in Florida, but I don't want to go down to Florida for a full weekend and go around to 20 properties, but I can experience some by VR and narrow it down. I mean, isn't that a much more valuable? I mean, that's a more valuable experience. It's more efficient for me. It's more likely that you'll make a sale.
Of course.
Yes and no, because it's a great tool, just like a regular picture. You can see it, but you need me on the phone or me flying to New York, meeting you in person the old-fashioned way.
My point, Sam, was that before I go down, I could narrow the field of properties that I would actually spend my weekend taking a look at. Ryan, do you think that you get more foreign buyers thanks to VR?
Of course, of course. I mean, look at new construction or a new home or a spec builder. Before they walk into that site and they look at all of the dirt, they're able to sit in someone's office where it's temperature controlled, where they have a nice glass of water in their hand, and you can literally walk through the home in that office without ever actually having to go there. And I think you're going to see that a lot. I mean, we're using it in our projects now, and it has made a world of difference when selling sight unseen.
You're using it in all projects. Have you, and the cost there was something like 15 grand, she said. Is that accurate, Ryan? And have you, or you, Sam, ever made a sale based either entirely or largely on the use of virtual reality? Go ahead, Ryan.
I think the cost is relative to the size of the project. If you're going to do one home, one apartment, is it going to cost $15,000? it depends on what you want to do, but it doesn't have to. We just did a virtual tour of a townhouse in Tribeca on Warren Street. And it costs $3,000, and really nice photos of a 10,000 square foot house are going to cost just as much.
Have you sold anything really sight unseen except for virtual reality, Ryan, and then to you, Sam?
Of course. I mean, we sell things
Of
sight
course.
unseen in New York all of the time, and it's great. And
How about
virtual
you,
reality
Sam?
is only going to make it better.
How about you, Sam?
And I have as well. And again, I think it's great to have. I think it's great to have from the marketing and PR standpoint. But it wasn't just the virtual reality that sold it. It was me explaining the virtual reality and then saying, look at this. Here's another example, kind of explaining, again, from a personal standpoint, pros and cons. So, you know, going back to what I heard before, is it going to take the place of a real estate agent? I think at the end of the day, there is never, if you're a great agent, we're real estate advisors. We're advising you. We're showing you all of the marketing, all of the virtual reality, whatever it is. But then you still need us to hold your hand and explain if this is the right property for you. That's
I agree.
something that
We are never
technology
going
will
away.
never be able to do.
We're
never going away.
So you hope, guys. Thank you.
My mother's a
I
real
like
estate
that
agent.
confidence.
She would, yes, wants it that way too. Thanks, guys. Ryan Serhant and Sam DeBianchi. Now to Sue
Thank you.
Herrera with the news update. Sue.